guys, this is Wild here. So today we're going to be showing you how to mount one of the Cascadia 4x4 solar panels. They're a hood-mounted solar panel. They were kind enough to send us one of their VSS systems. So today we're going to do a little bit of a walkthrough on how to install this onto our 80 series Land Cruiser. After you wash your entire hood, you want to take some isopropyl rubbing alcohol and you want to wipe everything down just to make sure it's as physically clean as possible. So I'm just going to put some on a rag, wipe that all down, and then let it dry, because then you just know you're getting off every little thing that you possibly could have on your hood. So then, now that we've measured out the center of the hood and gotten that fully found and marked on both the panel and on the new vinyl sticker laid down, because with this, I don't know if I already said this, but you're going to put down a vinyl sticker first, and basically what that will do then is this will protect the paint from the solar panel in the future if you ever choose to remove it. So we just found the center on this, as well as we found the center on the solar panels, and we marked that on the hood and tape. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to wipe the hood down again with rubbing alcohol just to ensure that it's clean. And then we're going to spray the whole hood down with soapy water. We're going to spray this down with soapy water as well. Find the center and get everything laid out, and then we'll stick everything down. So we'll show you that as well. So you can see it's not dirty now. That's sweet. Nice. Now you're going to take your soapy water and your spray bottle, and you're going to spray down the entire hood to make sure that it is as wet and soapy as possible, because this is going to be what helps the panel or the sticker slide around. So you want to make sure it's as wet as possible, and if we're being honest, you can't really make it too wet, because the wetter it is right now, the better, because this will help it slide and not stick right away. So you're just going to mix water and a couple drops of dish soap, put that all together, and then you can go for it.
pretty centered.
Yeah.
So Josh is now trying to get the vinyl all on and trying to get any bubbles out. You're supposed to use a heat gun, but we don't have one, so he's using his old blow dryer from work. Not sponsored by Dyson or Supreme.
Yeah.
Maybe?
All water and air is gone, so I think that's good. Rinse the remainder of the soapy water off the hood, clean with a dry rag, let it dry for roughly 5 minutes before proceeding.
So let this dry and make sure all the bubbles are out.
Okay. Now, then after you do that, make sure everything is as dry as possible. Let that all kind of sit, and then you're gonna clean it again with rubbing alcohol and a clean cloth, just so you can ensure that there is no grime buildup or anything like that. And then you'll let that dry as well. So you basically want everything during this whole process to be as dry and clean as possible, and you're ensuring that over and over and over again. Because again, you're adhering this to your hood, and this is something that is going to be sticking to your vehicle realistically during highway speeds. So you want to make sure this adheres as properly as possible. So clean it again, the rubbing alcohol, confirm that everything is good. So again, it'll be sticking about 1.5 inches past the sticker. Make sure that you get all the, oh gross.
What was that?
I just crushed a bug on our hood.
Ew, bug guts.
So make sure it's as clean as possible.
No bug guts.
No bug guts. Get all the buggies off.
Yeah, like the panel's gonna overhang a little bit from the vinyl.
So this vinyl is more just to kind of protect the paint.
Yeah.
Which is, again, it's kind of funny because the paint on this vehicle is already quite bad because it's old and hasn't been taken care of, but that's also kind of why I love it, because it's not perfect. So you're gonna clean all of that off with the rubbing alcohol, let that dry a little bit longer, and then we will continue proceeding with the next steps. Can you just wipe this all off the rig?
Mm-hmm. Where's all this dust coming from? Okay. Test fitting.
That's fit 1. So line up there. There. So now we just double check all the measurements we did earlier, just to confirm that everything is lining up. And then you just want to double confirm that the adhesive on the back is hanging over all the vinyl I believe it's by 1.2 inches or 30 millimeters. So you just want to confirm that again before you actually mount everything into place. So just double check that. We have the marks that we put on here earlier. So just double check all of that and confirm that that all lines up. So we can go off of those bases and off those marks. Then take the panel off again.
Place with care.
Put that somewhere safe. Confirm that it is all clean. I'm just gonna wipe it one more time just to be safe, because it's never a bad thing to be extra cautious when you're doing something like this. So I'm gonna wipe it all down with alcohol. Again, just so you can confirm that it will be all good, because once this is on, this is not coming off again. So I'd rather just do it right the first time.
Exactly.
So then let that dry completely. The next thing you're gonna do after you've cleaned the area for like the 10th time, you're gonna grab your pack of adhesion promoter from the pack, and you're gonna put this on around the edge of where the vinyl is, because this is gonna help promote adhesion for the 3M to the hood. Be generous with this. You wanna make sure that it is gonna adhere as good as possible. So I believe it comes with 2 packets. Feel free to use both, because you just wanna make sure as good as possible that this is gonna adhere. You can clean this off afterwards. It will leave a little bit of like a blue haze at first, but you can clean that all off afterwards after your panel is mounted. But this is just gonna make sure that everything sticks properly the first time. So wear gloves. This stuff is a little bit strong, so always better to wear your safety equipment, because again, I've learned that the hard way. So make sure you're doing that whenever you're possible.
And that's why you're blonde.
That's why I'm blonde. We'll then take out the adhesion promoter sponge, and you're going to coat that around the edge of the vinyl now. So try and go about 1.5 to 2 inches around the panel, because again, this is going to help make sure that the panel is adhering properly to the hood. So you want to make sure you're doing as good as possible. Again, like I said, be as generous as you can be. It is better to have too much of this than too little, because again, this is what's helping the panel actually adhere to the hood.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure it adheres good. So it comes with 2 in the pack. Feel free to use both, because again, that's literally what this is for, is to adhere to this. So then take the second one, and again, apply it about that 1.5 to 2 inches outside the panel, just to confirm that it is going to adhere as good as possible. Because this stuff is what helps the panel stick. And again, you don't want this coming off of highway speeds, so it is better to take all the precautions and do as much as you can first, then cut corners and have it be a problem down the road. Once you've let the adhesion promoter dry, you're going to take your solar panel and you are going to find the corner of where the 3M tape is, and you're going to peel off about 1 inch of that, recenter it, make sure everything is lining up the way that you want it to, and then only once you're positive it's in the position that you want it to, then you're going to start peeling that. So I'm going to line everything up, and you'll just kind of see us do that, because this takes a little bit of focus to do. So then you're going to pull up about 1 inch of the tape, and then you're going to lay everything down. Don't overly worry about the wires for right now, because right now we're just going to line everything up, but you just want to take note of where that red tape is, and then you're going to line everything up onto the panel. So figure out where everything was for you. So that bottom looks about right for me. I'm just going to double check the top. Just go on that side. Bottoms are still good. Top is still good. So now, what you're gonna do, you wanna make sure your panel doesn't move, but you're gonna grab the red tape and slowly just start pulling it. You wanna adhere it in a couple spots along the way. Start off about 6 inches away from where the tape first started, just so you have a little bit of wiggle room. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go about every 6 inches and just start to stick it down, just so then I know that it's not moving. Because again, I double checked and triple checked that everything lined up the way that I wanted it to. So I'm just gonna slowly just start to tack everything down, just so I know that's all in good spots. And then, as you're approaching the end of where it is, now what you want to do, you want to make sure that everything is sticking down the way that it should be. So you're going to grab a clean microfiber towel, a clean towel of some sort, and just evenly apply pressure all fully off of the panel to make sure that it's fully adhering and sticking to where it needs to go. Again, being careful because this is a solar panel, you don't want to crack anything, but you want to be sure that everything adheres as correctly as possible. So you're going to go along all of the edges, confirming as you go that there is no air bubbles in between, because air bubbles will just allow for wind to get underneath, and that again can rip your panel off. So you just want to be sure that everything is adhering as good as possible. So I'm just going to stick everything on really quick. Sticking to where it should. $10 just going over everything with a rag and just confirming that the panel is fully stuck down. So you just want to make sure everything is as secure as possible. So just do your due diligence and make sure that everything is actually stuck down. So it's recommended to take a minimum of at least 10 minutes just to confirm everything is fully adhered properly.
So the next thing Josh is doing is he's getting these little clips that have adhesive on one side, and then they have these little spots where you can zap strap the wire to. So he's just doing that to get it all directed to the spot we want to wire it into.
Oop.
Don't want to lose that.
Okay, so now we've run the wire from the hood into the cab. So normally what you would do on with these solar panel kits, they come with a little converter kit. So usually they would recommend mounting it to the air box, just because then it's out of the way, it's safe, it has good airflow, and it's not going to get wet. But for us, because we're having an internal electrical system, we actually haven't mounted that inside of our vehicle. So we're going to run wires from that box through to the cab, or sorry, from the engine bay through to the cab, and then wire everything inside. but normally you'd have it mounted off the airbox or somewhere safe in your cab. You'd go directly from the solar panel directly to the battery, and then you can tell all the different phases and different modes straight from the instruction manual from the package when you receive it, and you can start monitoring right away from how your battery's connected. So it's nice. This entire kit is pretty well plug and play. It all comes with the solar panel adapters already, so you basically just have to put everything together and plug it all in and you're done. So it takes about 2 hours to install the whole kit, but it's super nice and easy, and it allows your starter battery to be charged and know that you're never going to run out of that. Or for us, it is allowing us to add an extra panel to our solar setup, so it can give you a little bit of peace of mind without too much effort or too much work. So just want to say thank you to Cascadia 4x4 for the solar panel and for sponsoring this video, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a good one.